Hey, I'm back. So I had started discussing, for my new spiritual workers or people that have been reading for a while, things like that. I'm very bare bones. I'm not into all the craziness, okay? I just give it to you how it is. I was saying that my spiritual teacher, one of my first spiritual teachers used to say to me, well, actually, I'll tell you a story real quick. One day, myself and Miss Gail, we were sitting in her living room. And all of a sudden, she gets up. She has a cigar. She always, have either a cigarette or cigar. And she looked like she was looking right through me, like someone was standing behind me. Then she looked to her right, like she looked to the right of me. And she said, if you don't get out of my house, I will make sure that you will not be able to get back to wherever you came from. At that time, I was very green. I mean, green. I'm terrified almost. So I say to her, Miss Gail, what happened? And she says, some people don't know how to stay out of other people's business. And I'm like, still, confused. She was like, there are people that like to send things to see what you're doing. They like to maybe themselves come and see what you're doing. Well, Miss Gail didn't take kindly to that. And she used to say, she said to me, I don't like people who try to read my spirit. And I said, well, Miss Gail, what are you talking about? She said, you got people that will sit there and try to read you. That's rude. You don't do that. I said, really, Miss Gail? She said, yes, you don't do that. Because if the person find out what you're doing, you don't know how they might respond to that or how their spirit might respond to that. So you have some type of spiritual etiquette. I said, wow. She also said, unless you know what you're doing, and you better know what you're doing, you just don't go spying on people. Now, later on, like in that, I think it was like the next month, her and I was sitting down, and basically it came out that it was like one of her god brothers was like trying to be nosy for whatever reason, to see what she was up to or whatever the case was. I'm like, whoa, okay? And this is real. That's why I'm saying spirituality is nothing to play with. It's not a joke. It's not a toy. So, another thing. These are for people that come get readings by, spiritual workers. The worst thing you can do is try to read a spiritual worker's cards for them. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's so unnecessary. And all you're going to do, honestly, depending on the person and depending on their spirit, is really what you might need it to see. You might not hear, because that person's spirit might say, well, hey, they know everything. What? You don't need to know nothing else. It's not good. Don't do that. It's rude. I'm telling you because other people might not tell you. It's nothing like someone trying to read your cards for you when you're giving them a consult. It's rude. Don't do that. So I said I was going to keep this moving along. That's why I'm not a singer. Anyway, let's talk about, how can I put this? I have to be diplomatic. When you first step on a path, you might have this, I'm going to say, exuberance. You get real chatty. Don't do that. It just makes people not like you. I'm being honest. You know, and I see it from time to time. And it can annoy people. Nobody likes to know it all. Sometimes some things you know is meant for you to know. And them to find out. Or maybe it's for you to know and keep it to yourself. Because most people are still dealing with ego. Ego will get you in trouble. Okay? That's why the spirit is always trying to strip us of it. You know, it's like when I see it a lot is sometimes when I go to Odunde. Now, during Odunde, Odunde is a festival that celebrates Oshun, who is an Orisha in Yoruba and Santeria, and 21 Division, she's known as Conchita, or Conchita. And during that time, you have all different houses from all over, all different type of people coming together. But now we all know it's dirty outside on the street. It's a mess, okay? People have on their nice garments out and about. And I've seen people bow and scrape. And their godfather, godparent, or whoever will allow them to get all the way on the ground. And I understand that they're saluting. I understand that. But come on. You know people pee, poop, and do all the kind of stuff out there on the street. Dogs pee and poop out there. All kind of stuff is out there. So why would you allow your student, your godchild that you love so much, be on the darn ground? And I've seen it. I'm like, These are the things I've seen through these eyes. And I just wonder. Ego. Ego is so dangerous. That spirit, he's very sneaky. And you have to watch out for it. Especially in the spiritual community. You have to be careful. Okay? Because remember, the power you have is not yours. It is loaned. Ego will have people sit at the medium table. Okay? And just have them act a fool. I have a policy. And my policy is, when I see a comment or a post, I just leave it alone. I leave it alone like it's a good article. Nothing else needs to be said. And if something needs to be said, once again, like I said before, you can inbox the person. But see, ego will have you do the opposite. Have you do the complete opposite. It has to have you poke out your chest. Look at me. I know more than this person. We all got pieces to the puzzle, sweetie. All of us. All of us have pieces to the puzzle. And that's a fact. Whether you like it or not, we all have a key. Ego will have you do things like put down other people. Make it seem like you're right all the time. Have you attack others to make yourself look bigger. That's what ego does. And it's something that you constantly have to be aware of. Because with ego, jealousy is right behind. And then with jealousy, sometimes comes violence. People want to send you little things or or spirits. Why? Because they got an attitude. Is it to say you're not just you're supposed to just not say anything? No. But like my godfather, Papa Hector, always says, there's a way you say things and there's a way you do things. Now, next topic. I like this one. Here you go. The low I can humble you. Okay? With that being said, you never want to disrespect your elders. And elders don't disrespect other people because you are an elder. I've seen it go both ways. Let's talk about elders. When you come into a house and the elder I don't care, Palo, you know my spiel, Palo, 21 divisions, Sanse, Voodoo, Santeria, Yoruba, Candomblé, you know how I do, okay? If you're new in the house and the elder tells you to do something, 9 times out of 10, the person that's the head of the house told them what to do. Or maybe they see you doing something wrong that you don't need to be doing. They're not telling you to not do something most of the time. 97.5% of the time, they're not telling you to do something so you can't have fun or whatever the case you might think they're telling you. They're telling you maybe so you don't get jacked up. Case in point, you know I have my stories, but I'm not going to make a story out of this. I'm going to tell it to you real quick. Okay? Long ago, when I used to go to Brooklyn, and I used to go to Feds, I was getting ready to sit in this chair. And an elder mambo came over to me and was like, no, I need you to sit over there. I didn't look at her and go, oh, I need to sit over there. Oh. I went and sat my butt over there like she told me to do. Now, let's come fast forward today. My godfather, once I met him, okay, he said to me, do you know a chair can be fixed? I went back in my mind and I said, what if I had been disrespectful to that mambo? Maybe she could have that fixed for an enemy or whatever the case may be. But that elder gave me an order and I followed it. And sometimes that order can save your life. Okay? Now, elders, don't use your authority, don't abuse your authority. Okay? Because sometimes, you know, people can feel some kind of way. And justice is justice, be it whoever it may be. You don't know how justice may be served. So it's a two-way street. But when an elder tell you to move, move. If they tell you to go sit, go do it. Because you don't know. It could be a certain spirit coming, especially at a party, a fete. You don't know, a certain spirit could be coming down. You know, it could be anything. Maybe they see something coming down the pike. But the point is, you want to be careful. You want to listen to your elders. They yeah, you may come from whatever background you coming from. You could been, you know, a Wiccan. You could have been whatever. Different protocol calls from different things. If I went to a Wiccan house, I'm going to do, you know, pay attention to what I'm being told. Because that's a total different system than what I'm used to. There's a different type of protocol. Yes, my spirits protect me, but they don't want me being stupid neither. Why run into a freight train when I don't have to? So I'm going to wrap that up. Respect each other. It's not hard. Take care of yourselves. This is Mambo Sandy, and I'm out.